Hey guys, my name is Lisa Knopfsinger and I'm a Senior Ruby Ambassador, and welcome to day 3 of Fearless February. Today we're talking about building relationships. First and foremost, in life in general, I think that building relationships and keeping relationships is so important, especially in this business. We're not looking for numbers. We're not looking for people to fill a seat. We are looking for relationships. This is a relationship building company, first and foremost. So how can we build relationships? Let's talk about that. First way that you can build a relationship is to connect with them. How can we do that? Well, first of all, we're going to connect by talking to them about things that are non-plexus. You don't have to go after somebody straight away and talk about plexus. Connect with them in a real way. Talk to them about their family, about their work, about their dreams. Talk to them about church things, about your kids' activities, whatever it is. Relate to them in a way, connect with them in a way that's not plexus related. Number 2, or the next thing is to be curious. Ask questions. Sincerely ask questions about how they're doing, and listen to them whenever they're talking to you. Look them in the eye. The next thing is to care. It's not about you. Don't make every conversation about you. You know, they say that if you will listen to someone, that you are already 90% doing more than the rest of the world. So listen to people, care about people, listen to them. Cultivate your relationship. If you could be in person with someone, meet them for coffee, meet them for dinner, maybe go to the park and walk around the park, or even at the gym or something. If you can cultivate that relationship in other ways besides just, hey, let's just text about plexus, that's so much better if you could do it in person. If you can't, try to jump on a live video chat through Facebook Messenger. You can do that, but continue to cultivate, if nothing else, through texting, however they will let you cultivate that relationship. Email, phone. If you could pick up the phone, wow, that's so much more personal than just texting, or emailing back and forth. Cultivate that relationship in person if you can. Continue. So when someone says no, no thanks, no doesn't always mean no forever. No could be no, not right now, or no, I don't know enough. But still continue to cultivate that relationship, because when at the end of the day, even if they don't become your customer or become a part of your team, you've built that relationship. And as far as business-wise, it's always good to be able to maintain a good, supportive and trusting relationship, because you never know, even if plexus is not for them, you don't know who they know that they could refer to you, because they trust you and they know that you truly do care about them. So you never know the relationships that you could cultivate just from someone that they know and that they can refer to you. You have to be intentional about relationships. It's not something that's just going to happen willy-nilly. You really need to be intentional about following up with people, about looking at their social media, about their Instagram page and their Facebook page. See what trips they've gone on, see what they're struggling with, see what they're talking about, see what's going on in their life, and then follow up with them about that. If they're not posting on Facebook, give them a call. Just say, hey, just been thinking about you. And if you can't do that, then you can text them or email them. But if you can be intentional about getting together in person, calling them on the phone, and it's so much more personal when you do it that way. And the relationship, hopefully, that you cultivate is going to be a lot deeper. Another way that we can build relationships is to appreciate others. So when you tell someone, especially family or coworkers, that you appreciate them, thank you for your help, but with customers, or with potentials actually, and team members, but with potentials, if you could say, you know what, thanks so much for getting back with me. Thanks so much for letting me know, whatever they answered your question about. Let them know that you appreciate their time. Tell them that you appreciate whenever you're able to get together with them. If they do take the time to meet you for coffee or something, just say thanks so much, for taking this time to spend some time with me. and genuinely compliment them. You know, you're so appreciative about that. Be genuine about that. Everyone needs to feel appreciated. Be positive. Focus on the positive. Don't be a negative Nelly. No one likes to be around someone who's negative. So a lot of times, if you can't think of anybody who's negative, it's probably you that's negative. So watch out for that. Don't be negative. Being positive is attractive and it's contagious. So be sure and exercise that a lot more than anything else. You want to relate to people. So how do I mean relate? Whenever you're walking into a room and you want to talk to someone and you see them across the room and they're all hyper and excited and you want to talk to them, you know, you've already cultivated that relationship and you want to talk to them, even about plexus or even non-plexus. If they're being hyper, you can be hyper too. That's okay. If someone is more melancholy and they're more chill, that's okay. You can be chill too. That's how you're relating to them. Okay, it's kind of meet them where they are with whatever their mood is. So try to relate to them in that way. Be authentic. People can tell when you're not authentic. People can tell when you're faking. So make sure that you are genuine. Make sure that you are maintaining contact. Lean in whenever you're talking with someone. Makes them feel more that you're connecting, that you're listening to them. Don't cross your arms. Be real careful about body language. They say that if people can see your hands, that they're more likely to trust you. So be careful not to cross your arms like this. You seem a little standoffish. Don't put your hands in your pockets. Don't seem bored. Just really lean in and listen. Maintain eye contact. Listen more than we talk. That's so important. And, you know, talking about fear, you know, we have to build these relationships. It's so important. But when we're talking about the fear during this series, I was thinking about why do we fear relationships? I'm going to give you some reasons why. So we can understand what we're doing, so we can try to change that if we understand what's going on. One of the reasons that we fear building a relationship or even maintaining a relationship, but especially building that relationship, is we fear rejection. Some people feel like that if they try to be someone's friend and try to approach them, they're afraid that they're going to be rejected and that whoever they're trying to start up this conversation with, that they're just going to just flat out reject them. Another thing is we're afraid to let our emotions get the best of us. Again, that's being so selfish, because if you don't want to initiate a relationship, a conversation, if we're thinking more about us and how that's going to make us feel, we're thinking too much about our emotions instead of what do we have to offer this person, whether it be strictly a friendship or whether it's, you know, financial freedom or health benefits. We need to think about the other person, how it's going to affect them, not how it's going to make us feel. So don't let your emotions get in the way. We are fearful of contacting people because we're afraid that we're going to bother them. You know, we think about too much. We create these stories in our minds about how we're going to upset them, how we're going to bother them, that they're going to think that we're nagging them. We don't know how they're going to respond. So build that relationship first, and don't create these stories, these red lights. We're shutting these doors before we even have an opportunity to see how they would respond. So don't create those red lights until you know how they're going to respond. We're going to get the facts first, right? Let's see. We fear coming out of our shell. With technology, it's great because we can do things like videos. We can do things like FaceTime and Messenger, video messenger, and the Messenger app. But we can hide behind that so much, behind technology. Even a phone call, sometimes we feel like we can hide behind that. But if you can meet someone in person, if you can get on a video chat with someone, it's better than nothing for sure. But we are so afraid of coming out of our shell and being vulnerable. So that's another fear that we have. We fear criticism. We fear that whatever it is that we want to approach this person about, that they're going to criticize. It's going to happen, you guys, whether we are on the playground in elementary school or whether we are 60, no matter what we do, there's always going to be some naysayers and some people that will criticize you. So really try to, if it hasn't happened yet, it will happen. So just try to be prepared for that. Know that it's okay, and know that if they are criticizing you and they're just a bad apple, you can just move past them. Just bless and release them. Just bless and release. We also are fearful of betrayal. We're afraid that someone will maybe join us in the beginning, maybe will accept us in the beginning, and then they're going to end up betraying us. So sometimes that's related to maybe something that's happened in the past. Sometimes we will project what could happen because of what's already happened. So we have to be mindful of that as well. Give people the benefit of the doubt, because you never know what you might be missing. So when you've already cultivated this relationship and it's time to bring up plexus, what's something that you could say that maybe takes them off the hook, but also doesn't make you seem pushy? You're still able to maintain that relationship. Maybe try this out. You could say something like this. Look, I don't know if my products are for you. I don't, but I do know so many people that have been able to find relief with what you're struggling with the exact same thing you're struggling with. Can I give you my card and you check this out when you get a chance? Would that be okay? It's non-threatening. You're still able to open up the doors of communication that way, and you're able to give them an out if you feel like they need one. What it boils down to is I feel like whenever you hear about the disciples that were in the boat during the stormy rocky waters, during that storm, and the waves were crashing down all around them, and Jesus said, get out of the boat, get out of the boat. So what's going to happen when you get out of the boat? The boat, for us being fear, we want to stay in that comfortable boat. We want to stay in that safe boat. So what's going to happen is one of three things. Either we're going to sink to the bottom, or we're going to swim, or we're going to barely have our nose above water and just be treading water. The problem is that if you don't get out of that boat, what are your chances of you being able to reach your dreams? You're 100% not going to reach them. If you stay in that boat, which is fear, you stay in it, yet it's comfortable. Fear can become comfortable for a lot of people. They don't want to put themselves out there and be vulnerable. I get it. But nothing ever is going to happen in our comfort zone. That's a little cliche, but it's true. So let's get out of that boat. Let's become water walkers, and let's have a little bit of faith. Let's have some confidence. Let's think about the future, how we can change someone else's life by us getting out of our comfort zone, because we have what people need. There's so many people around us that are drowning. They're drowning in debt. They're drowning in not having that time freedom. They're drowning in health issues. And we have that life preserver that so many people are looking for. If you're not having that faith to be able to get out of that boat, then you're 100% going to have regret if you don't. So you're not going to make an impact in the lives of others if you stay in that boat. You're not going to be able to make a difference in anyone's life, even your own family's, if you stay in that comfort zone. So I encourage you to move on, keep looking up, get out of that fear boat, start connecting with people, stop thinking about how they could reject you or how it's going to make you feel. If you do reach out and they don't want to reciprocate, that's okay. Move on to that next person. Still be friends with them, but move on to that next person who may want this business and health opportunity that you have to offer. Be confident in that. Be secure in that. Know that you have a team of people, you have friends, you have family in this plexus sisterhood and brotherhood, and we're going to be there all along the way. So get out, make some new friends, put the focus on someone else. Let's be water walkers. Thanks, guys.